Dear God, I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope.
Peace and blessings, family. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Taye Speaks. We got two very, very special guests in the house. Very inspiring couple. I've been on their show, so I definitely wanted to invite them on Taye Speaks and let them talk about their journey and also their show as well. Let's welcome them to the show. How y'all feeling today?
All right, doing great. How about yourself?
Yes, doing good.
All is well. I want to thank you again, for coming on the show and also for having me on my show, on your show as well. Let the guests know who you are and where you from.
Well, my name is Corey, and this is my wife, LaQuita Marie, and we've been married for 21 years.
We've been together 29 years, but we've only been married 21 years.
We're from the state of Virginia. That's born and raised in Virginia.
In the States.
Yeah, the United States and the state of Virginia.
I say that, he has an international audience.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Global. So,
we were born in
global.
We were born in Virginia in the United States of America. And we lived through all life. We had the opportunity to travel to different states as part of our performance opportunities that we've got through our company, Occupying Entertainment. And we, of course, like I said,
we're storytellers.
We're performers. We use world music, folklore, and dance to educate, entertain, and inspire people across the Mid-Atlantic region of the United States and globally, thanks to the wonderful world of live broadcast on the internet.
Wow. Okay. Now I got a very, very important question for you. Would you be able to explain the difference between different ability versus disability?
Definitely. When you think of the term disabled, a lot of times you think of somebody that's helpless, they can't do anything for themselves, almost need to be treated like a baby. But when you think of the word different ability, it speaks to more of somebody, they may need accommodations and assistance to get things done, but they're differently able, so they get it done in a different way. And I know LaQuita likes to explain that we're all differently able in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I mean, of course, here in the States, on paper, the difference is, your classification. They classify some people as with a disability so that they can get certain accommodations. Whether you can get a handicap placard so you can park close to the entrances of places. But those are some of the things that the government deems. I always look at it because I've been a nurse for a long time and I've seen a whole spectrum of, different abilities. So I always look at it like, well, we all have different stuff, because even though Corey can't see it all, there are so many people that can't see. They have glasses, they can't function without them, or they can see, but it's always fuzzy or it's blurry, or, they just have issues, but they're not extreme, or they can't really express that different ability or that disability. And they're not to the extreme that the government would classify them a certain way. So I always look at things as though we're all on some sort of spectrum of, being differently able.
Definitely. I truly appreciate you guys clearing that up. I've been blessed with the opportunity to work with some of my family and people in the community with different abilities, and a lot of times, I guess people they may not have people close to them with different abilities, so they may misjudge them, or they may not fully understand certain situations. So that's very important.
Right.
Um, so I have another question for you. When did you lose your sight, and how did you lose your sight?
I lost my sight in 1994 at the age of 19. There I was at the Battle of Bunker Hill, and we just marched from Gettysburg. And I was standing next to the Black Panther when the
So
Confederate.
Corey is a storyteller. You already know.
Now I do that because people just expect it to be some drastic, traumatic type of story. But
Yeah,
really,
they really think like, oh, were you in an accident? Did you have a fall? Did you get shot? What happened?
Yeah.
But Corey got sick. Like the short story of it is that Corey just got sick. He was 19. He was in radiology school, going for to be an X-ray tech, and then moved further a couple of different levels higher after that. When he started getting headaches, blurred vision, tunnel vision, where you can't see to the side, there's no peripheral vision, you can only see forward. And over like a very short period of time where he was going to the doctor, getting tested, feeling just sick with the headaches and the nausea sometimes. And how long did it take before they put the shunt in? They did one surgery to relieve the pressure because they saw that there was increased pressure. And then they did the second surgery to put in the shunt, which relieves intracranial pressure. And all of this, and after that surgery, a few days after that, you woke up and couldn't see.
Right.
But
all this happened like in a month and a half. The first surgery happened in September of 1994, and the last surgery where they put the shunt in, that happened towards the end of October. And like she said, everything seemed like the surgery was successful. I woke up after surgery. I could see a little bit more clearly than I could when I first went in there, but still wasn't great. But then I went to sleep that night. I woke up the next morning. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I said, why y'all got the lights off? Why is it so dark in here? And they were like, it's 11 o'clock in the morning and the blinds are open. It's a bright, sunshiny day. What are you talking about? And needless to say, I just kind of lost it right there in the hospital room. But yeah, it was pretty. That was the most traumatic moment. Like I said, it was no great story leading up to it, but that right there was the day that I woke up and realized life had changed forever for me.
Okay. So, but you don't know the exact cause or what was the reason?
Well, it's a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, which means
false tumor
a false
on the
brain tumor, or some people call it intracranial hypertension.
Yeah, just a lot of pressure build up.
Right, a lot of pressure building up all over your nervous system because your nervous system is surrounded by a fluid. Like your spinal fluid, cerebral spinal fluid provides that cushion from when you get jarred or shocked, you don't get concussions or injuries, severe injuries just from everyday movement. So for some reason,
that fluid had increased
in pressure. It's kind of like you take a water hose and you squeeze it off while the water's still running through it, and you can just feel the pressure build up. It's kind of like that, but the pressure really built up on my optic nerve, and that cut it off in blood supply, which caused the optic nerve to die.
Mm-hmm.